am a candidate in people's eyes for the presidency of the United States. It's an indictment against them, and they need to get their act together before somebody like me or somebody else takes it real serious.
All right, let's calm him down because he's moving so much that the camera must have froze on him or something. So this is, they're talking about Stephen A. Smith. Apparently, he's thinking about running for a Democrat candidate for president. But then to say that, I guess maybe he's not. But to say it's an utter embarrassment that they think that I would be running for somebody like me. You people, what is this thing where you got to debase yourself first in order to make a point? It's really weird.
And says the hell with y'all, because the roster that I'm seeing right now, y'all don't have anything.
Well, on Monday, sports broadcaster Stephen A. Smith, who has flirted with the idea of a presidential run, went absolutely ballistic on the pathetic state of the Democratic Party. And special thanks to Case Study QB for capturing that moment from his show and making this a topic of discussion. A lot of people are discussing it. And by the way, that was far from all Smith had to say about the Democrats, right, Cenk?
Well, before they get into that, so this is Ana Kasparian and, explaining, TYT, explaining this Stephen A. Smith situation that's going on with the Democrats. Guys, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and a notification bell. Thank you to every eye that lands on these videos. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because, don't get it twisted. We have the same problem on the right, too. Okay? Don't sleep. We do. But let's go ahead and listen to the Democrats have problems with, or whatever these people call themselves these days, Ana and Cenk. I don't know who they are anymore, whatever. The populists. Let's go ahead and listen to them.
No. So Smith's going off on the Democrats, and I like it. But the only people who are really talking about Stephen A. Smith running for president is Stephen A. Smith. So, let's keep it real on that. I'm going to propose two other people that are in the media, very similar jobs, that are way better choices and could actually win.
All right, well, before you do that, let's watch more of his rant.
But you got to get somebody with sizzle. You got to get somebody that when they speak, they influence minds, they influence hearts, and they get people to really, really think and spin their wheels. I'm talking about not people on the left because you got them. I'm talking about the independents. I'm talking about the centrists. You got to get somebody that can speak to that audience, that can go across the aisle and dare Republican constituency to bet against them. Because guess what? I'm better than the candidate that you have, because I'm going to look out for you better than the candidate that you have. Because that's what Trump was telling a bunch of black folks, Hispanic folks. What do you have to lose and all of this other stuff? This is what Trump did. He was fearless with it. Where are those Democrats? I don't see them around. So I love Westmore and I love Josh Shapiro. I think both of them got a chance. All right. But I need somebody that was national appeal, and maybe it is one of them. I hope so. I really do, because the Democratic Party is in a bad state right now. The whole damn thing needs
Josh Shapiro is a criminal. You see how these people look? God forgive me. Please don't look. Let me not make something go off on his YouTube, trigger some sort of AI something. Josh Shapiro, if he became president, I'd have to leave this country. But he's not the only one I feel like that about, though. But I live in Pennsylvania. I know about Josh Shapiro. That man is a mobster. He's a yes. And the sad thing is, as much as he's a mobster, as far as I'm concerned, really, he's so charming. So he might win one day.
To be purged. I'm dead serious. They need to go. Those strategists, fire every damn one of them. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. They serve no purpose. Find somebody else.
All right, I'm sure I have some sticking points with Stephen A. Smith in regard to who the best Democratic candidates could be, but I do appreciate the, candor, how candid he is in just calling a spade when it comes to the Democratic Party. But by the way, the pain ain't over yet, because CNN's Harry Enton also reported that for the first time in years, Republicans now outnumber Democrats in the United States.
Before they go to that report, since they obviously were having some malfunction, Cenk making that little snide remark on Stephen A. Smith. Bro, you big mad because you almost make me want him to get in the primary and then beat you, because, and I am not a Stephen A. Smith fan. I never forget what he did to Kyrie Irving about the lollipop. Y'all know what the lollipop is. I'll never forget that. But, bro, stop hating on him, because that's what that was. Wow. What a hater.
And Donald Trump and the Republican Party has changed the electorate. What do I mean by that? Well, let's take a look at party identification, Democrats versus Republicans. You go back to 2017, 5 points more of the electorate was Democrats than Republicans. You go to 2021 when Joe Biden was starting out, look at that, 6 points more of the electorate was Democrats than Republicans. But look at what's happened in February of 2025. Look at this. Republicans, there are more Republicans in the electorate than there are Democrats. Republican +2. So Donald Trump and the Republicans have remade the electorate. They've turned some people over from being Democrats or independents to become Republicans. New folks have entered the electorate who are more Republican leaning.
So here's my question to left-wing media, Democratic politicians who keep perpetuating the notion that all Trump supporters are deeply racist, deeply bigoted, deeply terrible white supremacists. All those individuals who switch parties, are they also part of the big bad, white supremacist racists in the country? Maybe not. Maybe Democrats really dropped the ball. Maybe they realize that Democrats haven't really offered them much other than Trump bad. And by the way, one other thing, a Quinnipiac poll that was released yesterday found that 40% of Democrats approve of the way the Democrats in Congress are handling their job, while 49% disapprove and 11% did not offer an opinion.
So that was actually devastating because that used to be.
So before Cenk just got on my nerves, like he really did. But you still talking about this white supremacist thing, Anna? You could have made that point in 2016. Because she was cursing out Trump voters in 2016. Now she's had an epiphany that not only white people, that it wasn't only white people who voted for Trump in 2016. Okay, and 2020. Okay, how about it's not only white people who are mad about January 6th. All right. Anyway, I don't believe the polls though. I don't. I'm sorry, guys. Look, I'm going to keep it very, very real with you. I don't believe most of what I see as far as like when it comes to numbers. You can, they're now reporting that there was a report in STEM article that guess what? Joe Biden's administration was fudging with the numbers to make it seem like the economy was good. This is crazy. Everybody's in an uproar. I'm like, this is what they do all the time. When they come up with the GDP, I looked into it. They do estimates of what the numbers should be, and then they plug in whatever numbers they want. This is like normal behavior, which it's not normal, but this is what they do. Why is this all of a sudden like a big deal? So that's what I mean. When they start reporting stuff to try to give me hype, I'm like, you guys already knew this stuff. I don't believe a lot of what I see. They just... If you want to pay the narrative, you can tell me whatever polls you want. That's just how it is.
I think 54% positive margin. So for the Democrats in Congress from Democratic voters. So that means that it swung 63 points. What Democratic voters think of Democratic politicians. By the way, thank God. Finally, that's like my favorite poll of all time. I've been saying on the show for 20 years, these guys just represent their donors. They're not on your side. It's all a trick. They're playing good cop, bad cop with established.
You're not on their side either. I'm just tired of these fake people who clap for numbers. Sorry. All right. Again, look. Again, I'm going to keep it real. I'm not here to be doom and gloom. I'm not. I just respect the people who are listening to this particular episode. And, shout out to y'all for real. But I'm not going to sit here and clap and be like, wow, 63% of people are finally seeing that the Democrats aren't good for them. No. So where's the opposition? Like, this is like now turning into a uni party. And I don't, look, I'm not with this Republican party. I'm just simply not. I'm not. And I'm not going to lie about that. And then you talk about you're for the people. This guy's funded by Peter Thiel. Like, get out of here. Not for the people. You can't be funded by Peter Thiel and be for the people because you're not allowed to talk about everything. Because when certain things come up, I remember there was that guy knocking me. I'm so mad. There was a particular topic that came up and Anna glossed over it because it would have brought in Peter Thiel. Right? So anyway, let's just see, the finishing of the rant.
Just a messaging problem. It's just a messaging problem. You know what? Partly, I agree. Okay? Maybe it is partly a messaging problem. For instance, if the culture within your party is picking out different groups of people to let them know that you think they're bad and immoral, you're going to turn people off. White men bad, white women bad, Asians, they're also bad because they want to be like white people. Latinos who want stronger border security but have voted Democrat their entire lives, bad. You keep pushing people out, eventually you're going to have no one left except for a tiny group of elitist academics who buy into this nonsense.
And so it took you
But nonetheless, just to compare the...
Anyway, so it took you 8 years to figure that out, Anna? It took you 8 years to figure that out? That you can't talk about people a certain, that you should not be this divisive? It should have never took you 8 years. I will give you a few months at the most. And as a journalist, a few weeks. This girl was fully hardcore. Like, to this day, I mean, when she talks about Christians, it makes me sick, right? So she still has it in her. This is who you are still because you thought it was appropriate at some point.